The economic downturn has many positive consequences because out of chaos comes clarity. I had a friend of mine get a call on Friday afternoon for an emergency board meeting, one he couldn't possibly make. At that board meeting, he was fired. It was pretty clear from the events leading up to the board meeting that the legality of the termination was questionable, but who has the money to fight an uncertain battle with certain costs? What the other side didn't understand is that his financial planning was done correctly. Because he had that backstop, he was able to fight a battle others couldn't afford and settle for a sum that was far in excess of what he would have been able to settle for. None of the events could have been predicted, but because his financial planning was correct, he had the ability to survive the catastrophe and end up in a better position 2 years later than he was before. The title of the book came from a long history of helping people that used to have money and they didn't have it anymore. And most of them had financial advisors. These were people that sought out professional advice and then they didn't have money. So the idea of the book came up when I watched people who never had to take another risk their entire life effectively go double or nothing and lose it all. People that are independent have a perpetual cash flow that pays every bill forever. The point of independence is not a nest egg. It's not a number from an asset level. It's a number from an income level. Ideally, you want to have more than one source of cash flow because cash flow interruptions happen all the time. When Delta filed bankruptcy, I still remember a couple of clients that got a pension letter from Delta Airlines that said, oh, by the way, you just got your last check. When you are independent, you are able to survive cash flow interruptions, even from the very things that make you independent in the first place. And so independence and anxiety-free living is having multiple sources of cash flow, a backstop against catastrophe, and allows you to adapt as the wind and the seas change. The hardest concept for the wealthy client to understand is that it's okay to win. Imagine entering the New York City Marathon only to find out one small change to this year's race. There's no finish line. You could run forever, but you can't really train for such a race. And unfortunately, the financial planning model forces wealthy clients into this perpetual race that you can never win. After you read the book, I think you'll understand why it's important to establish your finish line, understand what's important in your life, and focus all of your energy on achieving the life of your dreams. It really is okay to win.